We have amazing things lined up for you today. So we have the brief remarks, and then we will have an experience from one of the participants. We also have an amazing inspirational lady among us that will be sharing an inspirational conversation with us on the benefits of saving culture at an early age for the youth, and I cannot wait to hear from her. We will have the awarding ceremony after we've heard from the judges how the contestants participated and who will be taking the day. And we will have remarks from the Executive Director of Capital Market Authority, and then the rest of the few items before the program ends. I would like to take this occasion to welcome to their seats our day's judges, and we've got 4 of them. The day's judges. Jerome, I can see you talking to the judges. I would love to invite them to the seats. So ladies and gentlemen, I would love to call forward, starting with Marcella Nikuze, who's one of the judges. Marcella, we're happy to have you here with us. And please move forward to your seat. We also have Kajungu Frank, a wonderful gentleman. Good to see you, Frank. Mugwaneza Olivier. And last but not least, we've got Asimwe Moses. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our panel of judges. Thank you. So we have Kajungu Frank, we've got Mugwaneza Olivier, we have Asimwe Moses, and the only lady on the team, Marcella Nikuze. What we will do is there's a basket somewhere that has numbers that will be given to the contestants. This basket will go to the table of judges. The judges will have the contestants pick a number, and afterwards they will have them separate and form different groups. We will have 3 different groups participating today. I would love to just run you through the rules of the game. So the questions, those that will have, I'll start with the procedures. There could be other things if the screen is going to display, but that is not important. But the quiz shall be attempted by individuals that will be grouped in 3 teams. And it is 3 teams of 5 contestants. 15 contestants will pick random numbers. As I said, the judges are going to be in charge of that. There's a basket they have that contains different numbers. So the contestants will pick numbers, and it's from those numbers that they will be grouped in 3 different groups. Each group of 5 shall attempt 10 questions. From that team, the contestants with more marks will go to the next round of the competition. So out of the 5 that will come on stage, the contestant with more marks will then proceed to the next level. The group will attempt 10 questions. Each question, numbered 1 to 10, will carry 10 marks. But in the event that a question was not gotten, if the answer given to us was wrong, and this we will be told by the judges. If that question was not correct, it was not answered correctly, then we will have a second attempt. Now, whereas the question carries 10 marks at the first attempt, it will only carry 5 at the second attempt. And the person that was the first one to attempt does not participate in the second attempt. The buzzers, we have buzzers here, and this we have gone through the buzzers with the contestants. For the contestants, you will make sure you don't buzz unless you have been instructed to do so. We're trying to avoid irregular buzzing and maybe one that is not timely. So you wait until you've been instructed to buzz. And then there's a question. There was an issue of, in the event that there's a tie, what happens? So if there's a tie, we will have a set of 3 questions. These 3 questions will be given to all of you, and then if we fail to have a clear winner at that point, we'll have 1 more question. So all these instructions will be given to you as we move on. But we're hoping that we'll not have a tie, but in case it happens, then we'll have a set of 3 questions, which you will attempt just like you will the original question. And it will also carry 10 marks, okay? As I said earlier, there will be only 2 attempts that will be allowed per question. And there's a gentleman that was asking, can we get 2 questions? No, it will only be 1 question, so it's up to you to be fast. Be very fast at buzzing. Make sure you're the first one to buzz. You do that many times as you wish, in order to get your many chances, and hopefully you will get all the questions right. Okay, at this point, I would love to invite the contestants that are here today, and I want to first and foremost congratulate you all for coming this far. I know it was not easy. Thank you for boldly stepping forward to represent your universities, to participate in a challenge like this, and so congratulations for coming this far. We've got a quiz competition and an essay competition. So at this point in time, I would love to invite the contestants to head to the judges' table. All the 15 of you, head to the judges' table. They will give you numbers. There's a basket that has got numbers. You're going to pick the numbers, and after that they will instruct you on what groups you will belong to. As we said, we'll have 3 groups of 5 contestants. So please, if you may, just head to the judges' table, please. Be swift. Yeah. And so once the contestants have picked their numbers, I will invite Magnifique Migisha to give us opening remarks and a brief history of the Capital Market University Challenge. So as the students are picking the numbers, once they have taken their seats, we will have Magnifique give us a brief opening remarks and a history of the University Challenge. And once again, thank you so much for sparing time to join us. Thank you for taking time off your busy schedule to come and see how these students perform and participate. You want to give them moral support, so make sure the room is not that quiet. When you see someone is doing well, we've got to cheer them on. I would love to appreciate those that have joined us online. We're live on the Capital Market Authority Rwanda YouTube channel. I want to say a big hello and thank you so much for joining us online. Thank you for being part of the closing ceremony of this year's Capital Market University Challenge. So the session that is done is where students pick their numbers, and I'm sure where they're seated, they know what groups they belong to. We will have 3 groups. It's 3 groups of 5 contestants. We'll be calling them forward in a short while. But for now, it gives me a lot of honor and privilege to invite forward Mr. Magnifique Mugisha, who is the coordinator of the University Challenge. Is the man behind all that you see online. It will be the conversations going on online or on air, on radio, even in the streets. If you hear somebody talk about Capital Market University Challenge, the brain behind that, the one that actively does work behind the scenes is Magnifique Mugisha. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Magnifique on stage. He will give us a few remarks as well as give us the history of the University Challenge. Please.
Thank you so much, Jackie, for the kind introduction. The Capital Market University Challenge is a program, but there is a contribution for everyone here. The room is full. We are all excited, and thank you for your contribution. The chief guest, the CMS board member, Capital Market Executive Director, Eric Bundugu, all protocols observed. We are having so many vice chancellors, principals, those from ICPA, from RSC, so you are all welcome in this awarding ceremony. A very brief background for this program. This is the 9th edition, and we are having a very unique and this edition was so unique. So it was conducted online. We had close to 1,000 contestants from across the country, from 37 universities, from all provinces. And as you will see in this competition, each province is well represented. We have 3 contestants who emerged as winners on each provinces, including the city of Kigali. So the program helps students to be able to learn how to save and invest through the capital market. And you will see how they will be performing here. They learned about some tips on how to save and invest. And also they are prepared as future professionals. Some of them, they are pursuing medicine, agriculture, business, journalism. So in the future, they might join the industry as professionals. So we want all their contribution. We wanted also to thank our guests who joined us this morning to support what we are doing here at Capital Market Authority. We should also thank our partners, ICPA and RSC, for helping us to run this challenge, but most importantly, our market players. The program is so huge, and we are looking forward to expand it, to reach out to more students out there. And some of our plans to be able to expand it and to get so many contestants. The 9th edition was unique because starting from last year, 2021, the system was automated. In the previous editions, we used to run those pre-selection physically. We're supposed to go up country to run these pre-selections. But last year and this year, it was so unique because all these students, it's the first time to interact physically with them. This is a very important action to be able to reach out to so many students. as I end my remarks, I would like to thank all of you. And shortly, we're going to experience how the challenge is conducted. You will see how we are having amazing contestants. And we will be also awarding toward the end so that we recognize their job well done to be able to contribute to the Capital Market Authority. Our mandate is mainly to develop the industry. We can't develop the industry without the workforce. So they will be joining us to really boost the culture of saving and investment. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Magnific Mugisha. He's the coordinator of the Capital Market University Challenge at the Capital Market Authority. Thank you so much for that, Magnifique. And as I said, the saving culture is something that we talk about a lot of times. We talk about it, but very few of us go out of our way to save. I have a conversation every week on radio with a colleague on saving. But unfortunately, we talk about it, we don't do it. But there's one thing that you learn from people like Magnifique and others at the Capital Market Authority, that it's an issue of forming a habit. It's not about the amount of money that you save, it's just about a habit. And I hope that in this room, we will, at the end of the day, leave with that urge to just start where we are. There are people who wait to earn millions of francs before they can save. And what happens if that time never comes? You see? And yet saving helps you circumvent through rainy days, which inevitable in some cases. Okay, I would love to invite forward the first group of 5. You've got your numbers. So the first group of 5, if you could please come forward. Let's do that. Let's do that very quickly. Yeah? Why are you guys not excited? Huh? Why? Contestants, are we happy? Are we happy to be here? Yes. Okay. Now you're allowed to take off the masks when you're talking so that we can hear you clearly, okay? Yeah, for those of you that have them around your chin, you can take them off if you don't mind. Want to make sure at the end of the day, my friend, player number 3, you can just remove the mask off the chin. So there's somebody in charge of photography and we want your pictures to look very nice, okay? Yeah. Please use the hashtag. For you who's online, you are in here and you're an active social media user, say a word about the Capital Market University Challenge that is coming to an end. Use the hashtag UniChallengeRW. UniChallengeRW. So the ones you're seeing in front this is the first group of 5 contestants. We're going to have 3 rounds like this. So this is the first one. We'll have 2 to go. We will have 10 questions for each group of contestants. Each contestant will have 10 seconds to answer a question. So the question will be read. I'll read the question and it is displayed on the screen in front of them. So we will be moving together. As I read the questions, they also sing it, and that gives them enough time to start looking for the answer. So each contestant will have 10 seconds to answer, and if the contestant who first buzzed does not give us the correct answer, there will be a second attempt. But from that one, they will not participate. The one that answered the question first will be disqualified from participating. Now, whereas the first attempt carries 10 marks, the second one carries half the marks. The second attempt, as I said, carries half the marks. The podiums will display 3 different colors. I'll explain that. We've got white, and white shows who was the first contestant to buzz. And so for you who's on that side of the podium, you will see. If it shows white and it's showing white on player number 1, it means that player number 1 was the first one to display. The color red will indicate a wrong answer was given, and the color green is for the correct answer. You're allowed to clap for just a few seconds. If your favorite student is doing well, you're allowed to cheer them on. Will not go on for long with that, just a few seconds in order to boost their morale and excite them for that. So then we will have red, as I said, for the wrong answer, and green for the correct answer.
Numbers in
Oh,
front.
okay. Okay, please. Now, if you have number 1, please stand at number 1. Then number 2. Okay. Can the buzzers be deactivated, please? So do our numbers coincide with the number of the podium you're standing on? Huh? So number 1, you have number 1. Number 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, okay, that's great. That makes the work, it makes our work easier. All right, so you already got the rules, and I have repeated them over and over. We have somebody in the control room. He will wait for me to cue you to answer the question. Please avoid buzzing early, okay? That way, I wanted to use the term illegal, but maybe it's too big. But just make sure you buzz only once you have heard the word charge. So what I say here, the judges will be listening to it. The guy in the control room will be listening to it. You only answer the question after the word go. For those that came in late, just in case you weren't here when we were introducing our judges, on the panel we have Marcela, we've got Guaneza, Olivier, we have Frank and Moses. And we will have 3 of such groups. I'm ready to go with the first group, the first question for group A. Question number 1. Now, among the following, in which type of securities a risk-averse investor is most likely to invest? Option A, securities in state-owned enterprises. Option B, government fixed income securities. Option C, asset-backed securities. And D, all of the above. Charge. Okay.
Contestant number 3.
C.
Wrong.
Okay, charge.
Number 5.
All of above.
Wrong.
Wrong. Those are 2 attempts wrong. Please tell us what we will do, Marcela. We go to the next question. Okay, so as you can see, the first question was not answered correctly on both attempts. The question number 2, in Rwanda, online forex traders are currently licensed by A, CMA, B, BNR, C, RSE, D, none of the above. Charge.
Contestant number 2.
The answer is A.
Wrong.
Charge.
Number 1.
C.
Wrong.
Okay, second question.
It's the third question. We go to the third
Go
question.
to the third question. Thank you. Contestant number 3, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. Number 4. Mine is active later.
Yours is activating later.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody will come and help us there. But then you see the other thing, contestant number 3, I hope you're not going by the buzzer, because you will buzz and it might sound at the same time as the rest of them, but there's that particular one that buzzed fast. So I don't want you to get confused over that. Is that possible? Is it possible that you think you have buzzed fast and yet you haven't? You're going by the sound that the buzzer is producing. Contestant number 3, number 4. Is it possible that you're confusing the sound and the light?
No, I'm not confusing it.
Okay. Mic deactivate. We go to the third question. Mike, I need help here. So please just make sure you don't buzz before you have been cued, before you've been prompted, because some of the technical issues we will experience will be caused by that. So don't touch anything else on the screen. And that is why you found it already set, so don't touch anything else on your tab, on the screen. And then please don't buzz before we have asked you to. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, and just relax, you know? Just relax. I know these things are not easy. You're standing in front of people, you are live on different social media platforms, so you could be a little bit tensed, but just try and relax, okay? Okay, so now we are all set to go to the third question. Please don't buzz before I say charge. And even if it's it will be active, but just don't don't buzz before then. Okay, question number 3. Hedge funds are investment vehicles that target A, the public, B, sophisticated investors. Option C is A and B, retirement. You see? I didn't finish. Yes. I didn't finish. You got way ahead of me. I don't know why you're doing that. And you have the screen displayed so that we can move together. And I'm trying to read the questions very slowly so that you don't say I moved fast. So please don't buzz before you've been asked to buzz, okay? So option D is retirement schemes. Mike, I hope they're all deactivated. Okay then. So charge.
Contestant number 2.
The answer is B.
Right.
Good. Very good. We'll move on to the fourth question. We're happy to have at least we got a correct answer. Which of the following provide for capital along with managerial support to investee companies? A, mutual funds. B, venture capital companies. C, development bank. D, all of the above. Charge.
Number 2.
Number 2, give us your answer. Okay.
Or the above.
Wrong.
Okay, charge.
Number 3.
Roommate bank.
Wrong.
Oh, that is not good. Yet another question going and answered.
Sorry, MC, can we ask the contestants to say the letters, not the words?
Okay.
So say A or B or C or D. Thank you.
Great. We go to the fifth question. Question number 5. In securities market, a central securities depository system is used for the following. A, trading. B, immobilization of securities in electronic form. C, recording change in the ownership of securities. And D, holding securities in book entry form. Charge.
Number 2.
B.
Wrong.
Charge.
1.
D.
Wrong.
Oh, goodness. Okay. For those that are wondering why we have the second charge, so we have each question will have 2 attempts. The first attempt carries 10 marks. The second one is 5 marks. And the person who attempted the first time does not get a second chance to try it out. Okay, we go to question number 6. In Rwanda, the primary regulator of custodians is A. No, you don't do that. Yeah? And it's number 2. This gentleman, he will buzz, then he starts reading. So, number 2, please allow me room to finish the question. The options are A, CMA, B, BNR, C, both A and B, and C, none of the above. Charge.
Number 1.
B.
Right.
Okay, great. We move on to question number 7. The first company to delist its shares on RSE is A, KCB, B, CTL, C, RH Buffalo, and D, none of the above. Charge.
Contestant number 3.
A.
Wrong.
Okay, so for the second attempt, hold on. We will say charge, then you can try it again. So now charge.
Number 4.
None of the above.
Wrong.
Too bad. Okay, we go to question number 8. A prospectus refers to A, legal document required by securities regulators that describes an investment offering and details associated risks. B, legal instrument that provides for the code of conduct of participants in capital market. C, formal document stating the status of affairs of listed companies in a market. D, all of the above. Charge.
The answer is A.
Right.
Good, congratulations. We only have 2 questions to go because each round carries 10 questions. BPR, that is Bank Populaire du Rwanda, was recently acquired by A, BK Group PLC, B, KCB PLC, C, Atlas Mara, D, none of the above. Charge.
The
Number
answer
2.
is C.
Wrong.
Excuse me. Can you answer only when one of the charges has said your number?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we will have a second attempt for question number 9. For the 4 that did not attempt on the first one, so that means number 2 is disqualified. And number 2, I hope you heard what the judge said. Only answer once your number has been called. Don't answer before the number has been read. Okay? So charge.
Number 4.
D.
Wrong.
Contestants, you have the screen in front of you. Please read the questions, okay?
I have a question.
You might choose to listen to me or read the question, but I would prefer that you read the question because it's displayed in front of you.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What if the buzzer color is green? I might have also to wait for the judges.
Just wait for the judge.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. And it will not show green before the judge says you're right. That will not happen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the last question for this group. In Rwanda, the trades that are settled on a delivery versus payment basis are A, equities, B, treasury bonds, C, commercial papers, D, all of the above. Charge.
Number 2.
The clock is ticking, number 2.
All of the above.
Right.
Oh. Congratulations. So you'll remain on the stage. Contestants, just remain on the stage until we have the results from this group from the judges. So Marcella, you and your team? Yeah. So just remain on the stage for a few minutes. So we have a verdict, the judges are ready. Judges, if you could tell us, out of this first round that has 5 contestants, who will move on to the next stage?
All right, thank you so much. The candidate that has made it to the next stage of round 2 from this group A is contestant number 2.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Called Habimana Faustin.
Congratulations, contestant number 2. Thank you. We request you to take your seat, and all of you, that is, even contestant number 2, you'll come back for another round, okay? Congratulations. So the rest, well done. Good thing, yeah. Oh, it's never a good thing when you come forward and then you have to go back with that sad look. I don't know how I'm going to help these students, the ones that are not looking very good this morning. All right, let me call in. That's the thing, exactly. You see, Lucy's saying that. You should be happy you competed. You came this far. That's a good thing, yeah? Okay, I'd like to call forward the second group. You have your numbers. Please come and stand on the podium that coincides with the number that you have. If your card says number 1, stand on number 1. And for those that did not go to the next level, cheer up, my dear.
Sorry, MC, just a second. Would love to understand that the second group is made from number 6 to number 10.
Thank you very much. Yes, because the first one was number 1 to number 5, so this is number 6 to number 10. Please.
So in that case, number 6 will go to
number 1.
station number 1, 7 station number 2, 8 station number 3, 9 station number 4, and then 10 station number 5.
Did you guys hear that? 6 goes to station number 1, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, great. Judges, I'm ready when you are. The contestants, are you ready? Are you psyched up?
Yeah.
Are you looking for... This particular team doesn't have a lady. How come? Sorry? Gender imbalance. Huh? Okay, you're good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Judges, we're ready when you are.
Ready we are.
Good. So question number 1 for the second group. In the following responsibilities, which one does not belong to CMA? A, supervise the market. B, conduct inspection in the market. C, conduct criminal investigation in the market. D, license market intermediaries. Charge. Contestants, you don't buzz before the word charge, okay? We will do exactly what the other group did. So, Mike, please deactivate and then activate for us. So you wait until you hear charge. Okay, charge.
The answer is C.
Hold on, the judge will call out your number.
You are contestant number 2. Yes, go on.
Answer is C.
Right.
Okay, good. Second question. From the following, which one cannot be an underlying asset for derivatives? A, market indices, then B, currencies, C, commodities, D, sovereign funds. Charge.
Number 2.
Commodities, C.
Wrong.
Okay, you will wait until we say charge for you to make the second attempt, because you also have to go with the clock. Okay, charge.
Contestant number 3.
D.
Right.
You're doing well so far. Third question, how many approved publicly offered collective investment schemes are there in Rwanda? A, 1, B, 2, C, 5, option D, 10. You will have to wait. Okay? Itchy fingers, we will not allow that. Charge?
No, not activated.
Not activated. Okay, now it's active. Charge?
Contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3, what's your answer?
A.
Wrong.
Okay. So the clock will start for the second attempt, and you only buzz after the word charge, because that is helping all of us. Not yet. Charge.
For 5.
C.
Wrong.
Oh. Okay, we go to question number 4. Choose a statement that is not correct from the following. The first statement is Eurobonds are bonds issued in Eurozone. Derivatives are financial instruments whose price is based on an underlying asset. That's option B.
Sorry,
MC?
MC.
Yes.
Just a second.
Sure. Contestants, please don't buzz before, okay? And even for the second attempt, in case there's a question that has not been answered correctly, you just wait until you're prompted to give it a try. For those that are watching us online, it's a pleasure to have you with us. Thank you so much. And please follow Capital Market Authority Rwanda on different social media platforms. Subscribe if you are on YouTube. Like and follow on the other platforms as well. And today's conversation, you want to comment on it, please use the hashtag UniChallengeRW. UniChallengeRW. Would love to track your comments, your questions. Somebody at CMA will respond to you, so make sure you have that hashtag. We want to warmly welcome you to the finals of the 9th edition of Capital Market University Challenge. This also happens to be the awarding ceremony. So today is when we know, out of the more than 1,000 students that participated, the more than 37 institutions represented, which institution will produce the winner. And on our program, besides the quiz that we will have, we'll also get to know who gets to win in the essay competition. We have an amazing lady among us that will give us an inspirational talk. She's someone phenomenal. You may know her from somewhere. I am not going to introduce her now. I will officially, although I know you've already seen her name on the program. Really, what am I even doing? But no, it's okay. I'll save it. You never know what I'm planning to do and how I plan to introduce her. So we'll do that as well. That's a talk that I would love you to anticipate. It will be an interesting conversation. And as I said, the question of saving, something that we don't talk about often. We don't talk about it in our families. We don't talk about it with friends. And even if we do, we don't actively participate. I learned something recently from a colleague of mine who is a financial expert, and he was talking about the idea of doing things in groups. So you want to save, and you've tried to save as an individual, it has not worked. Find groups of people to do that with. Find a family member or a friend that you can save with. Judges, are we ready to go?
All right, MC, we are ready to go.
Okay.
Sorry for inconvenience.
No
We
worries.
are on number 4.
We go to question number 4. Somebody has a question here among the contestants? Please go ahead.
No question.
Oh, no question. Okay, great. So question number 4. Choose a statement that is not correct from the following. The first statement, Eurobonds are bonds issued in Eurozone. Derivatives are financial instruments whose price is based on an underlying asset. Option number 3, preference shares are hybrid securities with elements of both debt and equity. And option D, none of the above. Charge.
Number 2.
A.
Right.
We go to question number 5. Insider dealing involves dealing in ex-dividend shares, dealing using unpublished price-sensitive information, C, dealing when price-sensitive information has been made public, and D, dealing in unlisted companies.
Number 3.
D.
Wrong.
Contestants, for the second attempt, will you please wait until we say charge? It helps smoothen the communication between all the teams involved in this, okay? Just wait. Okay, charge.
A.
But you answered before we even...
I'm really sorry. Apologize.
It's
Follow
A.
instructions.
Yeah.
You said
A.
wrong.
Oh. We go to the 6th question. So please wait until the judge has mentioned your number before you answer. Question number 6, an IPO flop means A, an oversubscription, B, an undersubscription, C, discounted offer price, D, none of the above. Charge.
Number 3.
D.
Wrong.
So for the second one, no, the second attempt, just hold on. We've got to get the clock running from 5. Charge.
C.
Wrong.
Question number 7. Which Rwandan...
Excuse me.
Yes.
We would like to remind contestants that you only answer after the judge has mentioned your number. Thank you.
But how many times are we going to remind contestants about that? Contestants, what is wrong? Anything?
No.
Is there something? You want us to reduce the lights? You want us to play some music? You want us to jump a little bit? So that you're alert, yeah? Because now we keep repeating ourselves on that issue. And it's a minor one, okay? Just don't answer before the judge has said your number. Okay? So question number 7. Which Rwandan company is cross-listed on the Uganda Securities Exchange? Who was that? Number 2. Was it you?
Yeah.
It was you. Just wait. Yeah? Okay. The question is, which Rwandan company is listed on the Uganda Securities Exchange? A, is it KCB Group PLC? B, Equity Group Holdings PLC? C, BK Group PLC? D, none of the above. Charge.
Number 3.
A.
Wrong.
For the second attempt, charge.
4.
C.
Wrong.
Time up, and that's all for that question. You can only get 2 attempts. Okay, question number 8. Which investment is riskier among the following? A, municipal bond. B, listed corporate bond. C, infrastructure bonds. D, cryptocurrency. Charge.
Number 2.
Listed corporate bond. B.
Can you just tell us the alphabet?
B.
Wrong.
For the second attempt, charge.
Contestant number 1.
D.
Sorry?
Say your answer loudly.
D.
Right.
Okay, great. Question number 9, which of the following is not included in the financial markets? A, new issues market. B, money market. Oh, goodness me. Now I feel how teachers do feel. My goodness. Huh? It's not easy dealing with students, and at all looks like it's on all levels, primary, secondary, university. Okay, we go to option C, which is stock market. Option D, commodity market. Charge.
A.
The judge did not say your number.
The answer is
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay, number 4, go on.
Number 4, give us the answer.
A.
Wrong.
For the second attempt, charge. Wait until the judge reads out your number.
Contestant number 5.
D.
Right.
Oh, good. Number 10, which is also the final question. Capital markets instruments available for investment in Rwanda include the following. A, treasury bonds. B, units in collective investment schemes. C, equities. D, exchange traded funds. Charge.
Number 2.
D. D.
Right.
Right. Well done. Well done. That's the last question. So contestants, I'll request you to stay there, remain standing until the judges have given us a verdict. We'll get to know out of this second group who advances to the next level of the competition. So far, so good.
All right, thank you so much, MC. The contestant that has made it to the next round of the competition from this group B is contestant number 7, Iverson Micho Sabagasani.
Oh. Congratulations, contestant number 7. And well done to the rest of you. Thank you for participating. Well done. So we're now heading to the final group, please.
We need to talk to you, just a second.
On to the final round of the first session of the quiz. Now, something with the false buzzers. For the final round, the 3 students that will make it to the next stage, we will disqualify you if you will buzz before you have been queued. So please pay attention. What we've seen in the first and the second round is that people are not paying attention. Maybe you're taking this lightly. So we're going to be a bit strict on you. So please make sure you only buzz after we've said charge. It makes our work easier. The person in the control room, the judges and myself, okay? So just make sure you don't buzz before you've been asked to. And for the next round, we will disqualify you. I just hope that this next group that is coming will pay more attention to it. And it is on this note that I would love to invite the last group of 5. And that is 11 to 15. So number 11, you go to the first podium. Number 12, like that, up to 15. Where are we? Can we see you? Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, let's do that. Let's cheer them on. Let's cheer them on. So contestants, number 11 is here, number 12. Just make sure you're standing where your podium, the podium goes with the number that you're having. Number 13, 12, 15, should be, 15 should be on the 5th podium. We're good? How are you guys feeling? Are you well?
Yeah.
Oh, so now that you're the last group and you've seen 3 other groups, do you feel like you're going to beat them?
We are going to try our best.
You'll try your best. Are you worried or you're just okay, you know?
Yeah, a bit anxious.
Yeah. A bit anxious. That's good. That's a good thing. Okay, we do wish you all the best and congratulations. Thank you for coming this far. Please listen to what the judges are saying, and I want you to perform better than the other groups. So please don't buzz before the word charge. Once I'm done with the question, the reason you have the screen in front of you displaying the question is so that you have it right. You know, there could be issues with pronunciation, and we don't want that to be used as an excuse. So you have the questions running on the screen before you. The judge will say out your number before you attempt. Please don't. Don't do that for yourself. Don't give out the answer before your number has been read out. And do not buzz before we cue you. So once I say charge, you then click on the buzzer. Okay, judges, we are ready to go.
Yes.
Question number 1 for the final group of 5. Which one in the statements below is correct? A, capital market is a market for private businesses and high net worth people only. A well-informed investor is a protected investor. C, when the interest rates rise, bonds prices rise too. D, none of the above. Charge.
Number 1.
B.
Right.
Congrats. Wow. Question number 2. For the last 3 years, to price bonds, BNR has been using the process A, auction, B, book building, C, both A and B, D, none. Charge.
Number 3.
None.
Wrong.
For the second group, charge.
Contestant number 2.
C.
Wrong.
Okay, we go to the question number 3. Among the following, which type of tax is not exempted in the Rwandan capital market? Value added tax, B, capital gain tax, C, withholding tax, D, stamp duty. Charge.
Contestant number 1.
A.
Loud.
A.
Wrong.
For the second attempt, charge.
Contestant number 2.
D.
Wrong.
Okay, we go to the fourth question. Corporate bonds listed on RSE. Option 1, that is A. I&M Bank, that is a former BCR bond. Energy Cotel PLC bond. C. Simerwa. D. None of the above. Charge.
Number 5.
D.
Wrong.
Charge.
Number 4.
A.
Wrong.
Sorry about that. We go to the fifth question, which is, I need some water. Some water, please. Sorry about that. Having a moment here. Charge. Hold on. Charge.
Contestant number 2.
C.
Right.
Well done. Okay, we go to the sixth question. Aguka Unit Trust Fund is managed by the Government of Rwanda, RSSB, BK Group, none of the above. Charge.
C. Baker Group.
You see, the judge did not say, oh my God. The judge did not say your number.
I think
Marcella,
they need
what
to
do
be
you say?
deactivated and activate them again.
Okay. Charge.
Contestant number 2.
The clock is ticking.
D.
Right.
Oh, great. The seventh question. In Rwanda, the Capital Market Compensation Scheme cannot compensate persons who suffer pecuniary loss from any defalcation or fraud committed by A, any licensed dealer, B, an investment advisor, C, an online forex trader, D, an employee of the stock exchange. Charge.
Contestant number 3.
C.
Right.
Right. On to the eighth question. Question number 8. Okay. The equivalent of a treasury bill in a company is known as corporate bond, A, B, preferred stock, C, credit line, D, commercial paper. Charge.
Number 2.
A.
Wrong.
Okay, for the second attempt, charge.
D.
The judge did not say your number.
Sorry, I was waiting for.
Okay. Is he the one? Will you allow him
Come
to
again.
answer?
Would like to revert to your answers. Come again.
D.
Right.
Okay. Good. And then number 9, real estate investment trusts are established to invest in large-scale income-generating real estate. However, they're not allowed to A, engage in the business of developing properties and resell them, C, buy properties and operate them, C, buy properties to let, D, none of the above. Charge. You have to wait until we prompt you to answer.
Contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2.
I'm taking my time.
Oh, you don't have all the time. It's 4 seconds
C.
to go.
Wrong.
See, you're taking your time. And you only have 10 seconds. Okay, charge.
Contestant number 1.
D.
Wrong.
Too bad. Question number 10. How many investment banks are licensed in Rwanda? A0, B1, C2, D3. Charge. You buzzed before. Charge.
Contestant number 5.
D. 3.
Wrong.
For the second attempt, charge.
Contestant number 4.
C.
Right.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you for coming far. Congratulations for trying and coming this far. The judges will tell us who is going to the next stage. And once the judges have told us who's going to the next stage, it means we'll have 3 students. So the 3 students go to the next stage and they'll have a set of 3 questions. We are hoping that out of that, we'll have the next, the winner. So in case there's a tie there, we will tell you what we will do as we move on.
All right. Thank you so much, MC. I think in this group we do have a tie. And
We do
want
have a
to-
tie?
Yes.
Okay.
We want to break a tie between number 11 and number 12.
Number 11 and number 12. Okay. So 11 and 12. The rest of you can leave, I guess. So we remain with 11 and 12. The other 3, thank you and well done. Good job, good job. So the first tie we are witnessing in order to know who's advancing to the next level. Yeah, George, Marcella, we're ready.
Just a second. We are just fixing some 2 things.
Okay, all right. For those who are watching us, thank you so much. You have joined us on the YouTube channel. We appreciate you for that. Questions and comments coming through online, thank you so much for that. Please continue to use hashtag UniChallengeRW. Hashtag UniChallengeRW. You have a question or a comment, send it through. Somebody from CMA will respond to that. Hashtag UniChallengeRW. It is the awarding ceremony, the final and awarding ceremony of the 9th edition of the Capital Market Authority University Challenge. So what we just witnessed is the first tie of the day. We will have to break that tie. We will make sure that out of these 2 gentlemen, one of them goes to the next level. The judges will present them with questions, and it's from those questions. If they get them right, whoever gets more marks than the other will advance to the next level. And that one will meet 2 others, 2 that were gotten from the previous groups. As the judges are finalizing with what we will be having in the next stage, we want to appreciate you for being here with us, and please let us network, let us interact. You may be seated at a table with people you have not seen before. Let us come in here as strangers but leave as friends. For the contestants, you could be coming from different universities. Make sure you know each other, share experiences, so that this occasion does not leave us the same, okay? If you've learned anything in the course of the journey and you want to share the knowledge, the lesson learned, you want to maybe share an idea or two with someone on how you will start saving with the help of Capital Market Authority, please do that. Catch up, exchange numbers. So the two contestants you see here had a tie. They tied the same marks, and that's what we're going to do next, is to make sure that we untie them. We'll untie them. We'll make sure we break the tie. Because one of them, only one of them can advance to the next level. Only one of them. For you who's joined us online, welcome to the University Challenge Rwanda. Use the hashtag UniChallengeRW. Questions, comments, we will appreciate them. We have an inspirational talk lined up before the session ends. And so if you're watching online or you're seated in the hall with us, make sure you don't plan to leave before you listen from a phenomenal lady who's in our midst this afternoon. And she will be talking to us about the benefits of saving at an early age. And since that's what we're talking about, I wonder what you're doing with your young ones, whether they're your children, your young colleagues, your friends. What are you doing in making sure that they don't make the same mistakes you made as far as saving is concerned? If you never saved and you know you've learned a hard lesson as a result of that, are you willing to share that lesson with somebody younger than you so that they don't fall in the same ditch? Let's do that. Let's talk to each other using the hashtag UniChallengeRW. And for those who haven't met our judges yet, we've got Kajungu Frank, Mugwaneza Olivier, Asimwe Moses, and the only lady on the team, Marcella Nikuze. Marcella, you ready for us?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
good.
All right, thank you so much. We are ready to break the tie, and we're
Okay.
going to give them a chance of 3 questions. So I hope they are ready also.
Contestants, are you ready? 3 questions, okay? Question number 1. An Aguka fund is A, an open-ended fund, B, a closed-ended fund, C, exchange-traded fund, and D, index fund. I had not said charge. Deactivate, Mike. Okay, activate, charge.
C.
The judge had not even called you out.
All right, and unfortunately, it's wrong.
So, charge.
Contestant number 2,
B.
wrong.
Okay, the second question.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So for this round, once the first contestant gets it wrong,
Yes,
you
the
don't
second
have
one
to
does not
press.
help.
Just answer.
Okay. So we go to the second question. Which activity from the following a commercial bank is not allowed to offer? Option A is taking deposits, B, providing payment facilities, C, lending, D, advising on investment. Charge.
Contestant number 1,
Providing payment facilities.
alphabet,
B.
wrong. Go on. Contestant number 2,
D.
sorry,
D.
right.
Okay. We'll go to the final question. When managing risk in financial markets, investors like to hedge. B, to diversify their asset classes. C, to invest in risk-free assets. D, A, and B, and there's an E, which is B and C. Charge?
Contestant number 2.
E.
Wrong.
Go ahead.
A.
Wrong.
Oh.
All right, I think it's clear that contestant number 12 has made it to the next round of the question.
Okay.
Thank you.
You did well. Congratulations, congratulations. Judges, if you could just remind us who are the 3 that will be coming on stage. The 3 contestants that have successfully made it to the next level.
All right, thank you so much, MC. We would like just to have like 3 minutes and then we come back. Thank
Okay,
you.
all right then. 3 minutes, so yes, we can relax and and the 3 minutes, in case, I would love to have somebody with a microphone so that we can engage the audience in this, okay? You are in here, the session is going well, maybe there's something that you want to point out. I may say the session is going well, yet you don't think it's going well. So as the judges get their 3 minutes, can we interact a little bit? Move away from your table, get to know who's the person that is seated at the next table. If you want to comment on how it's gone, the university challenge so far. We should do that, okay? A little bit of interaction so that we can wake up. So that we can wake up. Okay, not wake up like per se, but cheer up a little bit. I will remind you about the rest of the program as the judges are consulting each other on the next stage. We will get to hear from a contestant, somebody that participated in this edition of the challenge, the university challenge. Sandra Nadej will be coming forward, but that's after we have gotten the last group on stage. Then we'll have an inspirational talk from a phenomenal lady, Lucy Mbabazi, who's in our midst this morning. She's incredible, and I know that you want to hear from her. Whether you are listening, watching us online from home or office, I'm sure you want to hear from her and learn. There's a lot that you will learn from her. The theme that she will be talking about is the benefits of saving culture at an early age for the youth. It's important that we start talking about saving when we are young. And then the awarding ceremony shall be overseen by Jerome from CMA. We will have a speech towards the end of the program from Eric Bundugu, who's the Executive Director of Capital Market Authority. We will also have a keynote address from our guest of honor, another phenomenal person. You will get to know who the guest of honor is. And we are invited to lunch afterwards. So when all this is done, when the learning is done, the awarding, the crying of the contestants, I'm sure they're not going to have a very good morning when eventually they get to know who's won, which university won. Some people we will have to walk to and help wipe the tears off, but I hope that will not happen for long, because we should get to pick ourselves up and move on to the next thing. And you should be patting yourself on the back for participating. As I said, in our institutions of learning, whether it's secondary or higher institution of learning at the university, it's not all the time that you'll see students just offering themselves to participate in some of these competitions. So the fact that you are here means you're a strong, bold one, and we do wish you well in the future. If this one does not go as you wished, let it not break your back, and let it not break your spirit. Use the hashtag UniChallengeRW. We will appreciate hearing from you on social media. I can see the judges walking back. I can see the judges have taken their seats. We gave you 3 minutes to get to know each other. There are people who never moved even an inch. Yeah, guys didn't move. Maybe the DJ needs to put some music the next time we have a break. Yeah, that soundtrack is not that exciting. So we'll ask for the DJ to put some nice music that we can dance to. But we also hope that people will move a little bit. Please, you leave your table and go to the next and meet some new people. Yeah, judges?
All right, we are back and we are ready to go to the next round. The contestants that have made it to the next round of the quizzes challenge, from Group A, it's contestant number 2, Faustin Habimana.
Faustin? Please come forward, Faustin. Faustin from Group A. Faustin Habimana, contestant number 2.
Faustin, you go to station number 1. All right, we can see even the audience, they are biased about station number 2. It's not going to be used. All right. So the next contestant from Group B that has made it to the final round, it's contestant number 7, Iverson Michon Sabagasani.
So you go to the third stage, the third podium.
All right, and from Group C, a contestant that has won to made it to the final round, it's contestant number 12, Ejid Tumukunde.
Thank you, Judge Marcella. Yeah. And so we'll have 10 questions for these contestants, carrying 10 marks as the first one. And in the second attempt, when somebody attempts for the second time, they will have 5 marks. Judges, that remains consistent?
Precisely.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Excuse me. We would like to make it clear that when you answer before the judge has said your number, you get disqualified. Or when
And
you
even
press,
buzzing, even when
yes.
you press before. So you have to look out for the word charge. Once I say charge, it means the buzzer will be active and you can answer then. You can buzz and answer then. So let's make sure we are not getting ahead of ourselves. This time round we will be tough.
Excuse me. Which number will be said? I think the one written here or the one we picked there.
The one
Here.
written on your station.
Thank you.
Question number 1, which statement is false? Pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes are often confused with one another. That is A. B, Ponzi schemes can be part of legitimate business opportunity. C, Ponzi schemes require a continual flow of new investors in order to be sustained. D, pyramid schemes require a continual flow of new investors in order to be sustained. I did not say charge.
So number one
Judges?
is not part, so we are remaining with the 2 contestants.
You've been disqualified. Yep. Yeah, because you buzzed before. Did you hear me say charge? One warning. Judges, somebody's crying. Can you give them one warning?
All right.
Can we be lenient a bit? Give them one warning?
Let's just take it as a chance and
Okay.
give him a second chance. So
Okay,
let
then.
this station be deactivated, and then we go on.
All right. Mike, deactivate and then activate them. So please wait. When I say charge, you will buzz, okay? Charge.
Contestant number 1.
The answer is D.
Wrong.
Charge.
Number 3.
The answer is A.
Wrong.
We'll go to the second question. A beneficial owner is the biggest shareholder in a company, that is A. The CEO of a company, B. And C is both A and B. D, none of the above. Charge.
Number 1.
None of the above. D.
Right.
Well done. Question number 3. The business of underwriters is about agreeing to take whole or portion of securities floated but not subscribed for by the public. That is A. B. Removing from the list of shareholders those who sold their shares. C. Ensuring that the share price does not go below the agreed price with the issuer. And D, and please contestants do not buzz before I say charge. D, D is none of the above. Charge.
It has to be deactivated and get activated again because number 1 has pressed before we say charge.
Number 1, this is the last warning. We will disqualify you for real. We will do that. So deactivate and then reactivate. Charge.
Number 5.
B.
Wrong.
Charge.
Number 1.
D.
We'll
Wrong.
go to the 4th question. When a bond is reopened, it affects A, its maturity, B, its coupon, C, its outstanding amount, D, all of the above. Charge.
Number 3.
D.
Wrong.
For the second attempt, charge.
Number 5.
A.
Wrong.
Okay. We'll go to question number 5. What is the best answer regarding the two main technologies that underpin fintech business models? A, blockchain and Internet of Things. B, Internet of Things and artificial intelligence. C, blockchain and machine learning. D, artificial intelligence and blockchain. Charge.
Number 1.
B. B.
Wrong.
Charge.
Number 3.
C.
Wrong.
Oh la la, we go to the 6th question. In Rwanda, an independent director of a listed company can be A, former CEO of that company, a person who has personal service or contract with that company. C, an immediate member, could be child or spouse of the CEO of that company. D, none of the above. Charge.
Number 5.
D.
Wrong.
Charge.
Number 3.
A.
Right.
Great. We go to the 7th question. What is the withholding tax rate applicable to... Oh, what is that?
I don't know.
Okay, sorry about that. So deactivate them, Mike. Question number 7. What is the withholding tax rate applicable to dividends that will be paid to Mr. X, who's an American citizen who invested in Bradirwa shares listed on RSE? A, is it 0%? B, 5%? C, 15%? D, none of the above. Charge.
Contestant number 1.
The answer is B.
Wrong.
For the second attempt, charge.
Number 5.
D.
Wrong.
Okay, we go to the 8th question. What is the audience saying? Huh? We can hear some murmuring. Are we okay? Okay, good. We go to the 8th question. Bernard Lawrence, Bonnie Madoff, executed the largest. A, was it a Ponzi scheme? B, pyramid scheme? C, both A and B? D, none of the above. Charge.
Number 5.
B.
Wrong.
For the second attempt, charge.
Number 3.
C.
Wrong.
Oh dear. We go to the 9th question. Which one of the following best defines a junk bond? A, is it a bond that is rated as below investment grade by rating agencies? B, a bond that has declined dramatically in value? C, is it a bond that has defaulted? Or D, a bond that is not regulated? Charge.
Number 1.
Answer is C.
Wrong.
Charge.
Number 3.
Answer is D.
Wrong.
Oh. Okay. We go to the final question. An entity which is engaged in the business of evaluating and analyzing creditworthiness of companies is known as A, a credit union, B, credit rating agency, C, Credit Reference Bureau, D, all of the above, charge.
Number 1.
The answer is B.
Right.
And that's the final, the last question of the 10. We give the judges a few seconds before we know who's emerged the winner. Of the 3 finalists, who is our guy? We will get to know. And if there's a tie, we will move on. We'll have another set of questions until we have a clear winner. Just in case there's a tie.
MC?
Yes.
We thank you so much for the audience who have followed us during this session. We already have the winner, the second, and then the third, but they will be announced at the moment when they will be giving them prizes. So,
Beautiful.
contestants, thank you very much and congratulations for emerging the top 3. So we already know who is the first, the
Okay,
second,
good.
and the third. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much. A round of applause for the contestants, the 3 finalists. And the other finalists as well, the other contestants as well. We should clap for the others as well. Yeah. I know the only reason they didn't come this far is because we only needed 3 people. Yeah. There's no way they were all going to come on. Thank you so much, judges. We had Kajungu Frank, Mgwaneza Olivier, Marcela Nikuze, and Asimwe Moses. Job well done. Thank you so much. A round of applause for the judges. Thank you to the wonderful audience. Thank you for being part of this. We're going to the next session of the program as the judges conclude their work, as they take their seats. I would love to invite somebody on stage who will share her experience. She's one of the many people that participated in the 9th edition of the Capital Market University Challenge. And it will be interesting to know how this journey has been for her. So she didn't make it to the final level, as you saw. It was only men, and yet our next speaker is a lady called Sandra Nadesh. I wonder if Sandra is around. Sandra, is she around? Sandra Nadesh Uwayesu. Yes, please, let's cheer Sandra on. A round of applause as she comes on. So Sandra, do you want to use this or do you want to? Okay, so Sandra will share with us her experience. She's one of the many students that participated in the challenge this year. She was not on this side of the room, but she still got to learn lessons, and I'm sure the participation did not leave her the same. Ladies and gentlemen, Sandra Nadesh.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sandra Nadesh Uwayezu. I'm a student from Kepler, an author and poet. So today it is my biggest honor to be in a room of such smart and very advanced people. And I'm very glad that I am one of the winners of the essay competition, in Kigali. So I think nations all over the world made their wealth via investments, and I am very glad that CMA has engaged us in the challenge of learning and understanding the art of investments. And when I think about the pandemic, how it has taught us the savings that we do today can save us tomorrow, I am really, really glad that this challenge was made. So as a contestant, I was really, really challenged when our school gave us the opportunity to participate. I didn't have many ideas, but I did research, I talked to people, and I wrote my essay. Surprisingly, it emerged as one of the winners. Via this challenge, I had the spirit of investing and saving at a young age. I am very glad that I am getting to know it at this age, so I start to make my moves right now along with the other students. I thank CMA again for having us, especially as the university students, because I believe we are the future. So thank you very much for giving us this chance. As a request, on behalf of the other contestants, we would like to have this platform to keep existing so that we keep having these conversations. As writers, we can keep publishing articles or any other papers, white papers, that are about capital market, so that the other youth and other people in many fields can have access to resources that talk about capital market and stocks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandra. A round of applause for Sandra, a student of Kepler. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, the next speaker is someone that you may have seen somewhere, heard of her, interacted with her, because she's been around and she's a caring person. She's a knowledgeable person, one with a wealth of experience, and one who will willingly and freely share this experience. She's been invited to different forums, both within the country and out of the country, speaking to different... Why are you looking at me like that? Speaking to different age groups. Because again, when you are knowledgeable and very willing to share it, we will invite you. Different people will invite you. And this afternoon, we are very privileged to have her talk to us about the benefits of saving culture at an early age for the youth. When you talk about the cashless economy, the advent of the cashless economy, not just in Rwanda, but across the African continent, Lucy Mbabazi's name will be mentioned. Ladies and gentlemen, gives me a lot of honor and privilege to invite to the stage Lucy Mbabazi.
Good afternoon, mwiriwe. So I'm going to move around a bit. As they mentioned, Lucy Mbabazi, but I like to be called Shuti. Could we shut off the music? I want to ndashaka ko munyumva. So yeah, so my name is Lucy Nshuti Mbabazi. I am the Africa lead for policy and advocacy at the UN Better Than Cash Alliance. Really, I'm in the business of a digital Africa. I've been doing this for the last, what is it, Eric? Since 2010, when I came back to Rwanda. Yes. So savings culture, I should say, first of all, that I am an example of having failed to save when I was your age. I made so many bad financial decisions, but now in my early 40s, I must say that I've come a long way and have maybe earned the spot to tell you about why it's important to save. First of all, there is no person or business or country that succeeds without saving. Really, our lives depend on it, right? And it starts wherever you are with what you have and investing it wisely. And, you know, I love that the capital markets has put this together because the best savings are the ones that sit in investment opportunities, such as the capital markets. And as the African proverb says, if you want to go far, you go together. And it's something that I have learned especially from the hundreds of thousands of village savings and loan associations, IBIMINA, whom the financial sector, I should say, wasn't reaching a whole body in Nhaka sector, for instance. So bibonyemo ibisubizo, so babonye ikibazo bank nago zihari, bibonamo ibisubizo gushira hamwe. They put their monies together as a group, 100, 200 francs per week or per month, and they use that money to get serious returns for everyone in the group. So you all are sitting here in groups. You probably have your group of friends. This is the time to start saving together. In Singapore, I think in the late 60s, every day students went to school, and they deposited at school. Every day they deposited at school. And when they arrived in university, they had a free university education. And so I wonder if, as you begin your university, Changwa say your young siblings, what would happen if you started saving ijicheri? Although we are going cashless, so a digital ijicheri, kujirango, you get to where you need to go. And we have fintechs developed by young Rwandans, such as the Gwiza app, the Save app, that you can put together as a group. You have a digital platform where you get to all see what you're saving in, and together you get to decide how you're going to, you prepare a constitution, you determine what everyone puts every week, you agree together, you decide what the interest rate would be, amafaranga yanyu akabyaro musaruro. You can also do it alone, and you can also save especially in assets that will generate you income. The richest people in the world and here in Rwanda are investors. Investments are a risk-taking initiative, but a bold risk that you take. So by saving your money and investing it together, I'm sure you're going to go very far. You're also the majority in Rwanda and on the continent. So kuba muri benshi kurusha abandi dushaje, you have such a powerful voice as a collective to demand for the services that you need and deserve. Nukuvuga ko the banks cannot exist without customers. Financial service providers cannot exist without mwebwe. So when you look at the savings products, the investment products that are here, what does it serve your need, first and foremost? If it doesn't serve your need, then it's best that you innovate on what will work for you and ask the financial service providers to design it the way you want and to ensure that your future is well secured. As much as I am digital, by the way, I very much love taking notes because I want my child or my children to know I was here and I did something, and hope that these books can help them to learn a thing or two. So please use your voice to get the services that you need. Mujiherero, you don't get the service that you need. In the age of social media, the ministries have set up tools for you to report these things so that you can get the services that you need. But in order to really be a smart saver, and I saw it here in the competition, where we are not reading, we are not listening to instructions. As much as I congratulate you, that was painful to sit through when you're not following instructions. Investment requires you to read a lot and to understand exactly what you're reading, because your money, you know how you've worked for it. Make sure that you understand the products that you're signing for. Make sure that they are working for you. So educate yourself about money matters. I know that going out is fun and having nice things is good, and what can I say? Posting on Instagram and everything is exciting. But if you could take much of that money that you spend going out, you know, youth dukunda instant gratification. Instant gratification, mudabjumba. Like you go and you spend your money. Even time, please save your money through wise investments. And whether you are buying a plot of land, or you're buying a house, or you are conducting a tomato selling business, or you are selling t-shirts at school, or water. I mean, there are ways to make money as you're still in school and build that financial discipline that will allow you to create wealth, right? Candy, I know employment is exciting, but employment is also a prison in so many ways. The more you start investing now, want to graduate, kazi, you would rather kwihangira umurimo. And you cannot do that without saving and having financial discipline. So mujiherero wabonye igihumbi from someone, wajiza mahirwe, make sure that you're spending at least of that jihumbi, save 10% of it. Save something of it for your future. As you have a good time, count the cost. Do I really need ichi ndimo kugula ndagikeneye kubera ko ubuzima bugikeneye cyangwa I just want it? And if you do your list of needs and your list of wants, and you especially save the money on the list of wants and put it towards investment, I guarantee you your future, by the time you're my age, you will be richer than I am. I have no doubt. Not that I'm rich, but I don't do badly for myself. So please, enjoy life, but please make money work for you. Now, if all of us here saved, a savings culture is what makes countries rich. Nk'Abanyarwanda, maybe we're doing better. Let me think about it in trade, which is import and export. Africa is only recognized for 15% of trade with the rest of the world. But that 15% is only what the world sees through the banking system. Abachuruzi benshi in Africa are selling at the border, yeah, between Rubavu and Goma, and they are not seen by these financial systems because they are conducting their business in cash. There is no business or, okay, maybe they've lucked out, but there is no developed economy that has developed by doing business in cash. If you're going to get a loan from a bank, which is part of the benefit of your saving and transacting digitally, they'll see your track record and be able to assess how credit-worthy, how credit-worthy you are. If you're conducting your business in cash, the chances of you convincing the bank to give you money are second to none. You have to bring your house, you have to bring your roof, you have to bring whatever it is, kujirango, they guarantee that the money that they're giving you, which is coming from the savings of other people, is going to come back to the saver, right? So as a saver, you want to get returns. That is what loans are. Loans are our monies in the bank that we borrow from and return so that we keep doing this. So please adopt a digital culture. Kujirango, you are able to set yourself up for better credit worthiness. You won't see the government is launching a cashless campaign. Nabonye Papa Savai ariyo arimo gushusha the crowd hariya Chimirongo market. But Rwandans are doing very well in using Vitabida financial instruments. The savings culture, even if it may be difficult, Kuko, we are not as rich in terms of wealth as individuals yet, but if we collectively put our money in formal financial instruments, biraza kudufasha to get loans at the very discounted rates. Ubungubu biratugoye because of being a cash economy. When we are a cash economy, liquidity is difficult, and that is money that we lend out to achieve. In Rwanda, our interest rate is 17% when you get a loan. In Singapore, America, they borrow at 2%. It is not because they are special. It's because they are not cash economies. Yes? A lot of the monies are sitting in the bank through our savings, through our transacting digitally. So kujirango tuza jere kuri 2%. Tugomba gushira amafaranga yacu muri banki. And there is no economy leta ishatse kuborrowinga ntago bajja kuri bank lambere. Ntago bajja mu mabanki. So we really must digitize ourselves so that, and digitize our savings so that we can get to 2% quicker and can all have access towards the futures that we need and desire. Ichindi, ignorance is no longer an excuse. With the internet, I think abenshi we have phones. What is ignorance in Kinyarwanda? Kutagira ubumenyi. Ubujiji. Hey, I thought that was an abuse. Okay, so ubujiji ntabwo ari excuse. Uyu munsi through the quiz and I think throughout this process tugize ubumenyi bwinshi. Ubu bumenyi tugomba kububyaza umusaruro. Mu gihe utazi, especially about money and investments, please, the same way you shop around for a nice hairstylist or barber shop, please shop around for banking products, for savings products, for investment solutions, to choose what is best for you, right? Shop around, don't rush. I saw the Ponzi schemes. Please don't go for them. Make sure that you know exactly what you're saving your hard-earned money into, so that you can get to where you need to go. We have access to internet, whether it is in your schools or on your phone. Namwe, as a collective, you have each other to learn from. Make sure that you learn about money matters. Make sure that you save your monies. And I'm not saying save it in the bank. I'm saying save it in places that are going to earn you something every single day. Sivyo? So even when you're giving a loan to someone, consider what is the return on that investment. Right? Every money you have is an opportunity to invest. Please don't waste it. Don't be like me. I could have saved so much money, but you can get there. I think the last thing I'll leave you with is thanks to digitization, and especially to President Kagame, he activated the Africa Continental Free Trade Area right here in this KCC in 2018. Muraizi AFCFTA? Murayumva? Huh? If you don't know it, that is your homework. The AFCFTA is going to remove the borders that are in all of our 55 countries, kugira ngo tube isoko rimwe. Sibyo? Niba ucuruza Kimironko, with the AFCFTA, cyane wifashishije digital solutions, uzaba ushobora gucuruza kuva Kigali kugeza Cairo kugeza South Africa. Right? Rero kugira ngo you take advantage of that continental free trade area, which I think, no, I don't think, I believe and know is our best chance to be the continent that we were meant to be. You will need to save your money so that you can invest, because now your customers are not babandi baza mu isoko only. They are not the 13 million that live in Rwanda. It is almost 1.3 billion people that you can serve. So get innovating, get saving, and invest your money wisely so that you can really benefit from the huge investments that our leadership has made to give us access to digital tools, to give us access to education, to give us access to such challenges where we learn about money matters. And now that we will have access to a market of 1.3 billion people, we can all reach our potential. For you to reach your potential, it starts with being disciplined with your money and making it bring you returns every day. So thank you for your kind attention. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Wow. Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, it should be louder than that. Eh? The applause should be louder than that. Lucy Nshuti Mbabazi. And when Lucy was talking about having started save later, you know, like later in life, you reminded me of a story, or she reminded me of a story. One time my colleague and I was seated and talking about taking a loan. But we sat down and thought of the money we had collected in form of salary. How many years we had been working. And all these years, it was close to 15 years, and there was no saving to show for it, unfortunately. And so let me give an example. The reason that story came up is you are at the university today, you will graduate tomorrow and get employed. If you don't start saving right away, 15 years later, you will be looking for a bank to lend you money. Money that if you had just listened to Lucy or another person talking to you about saving money, you'd be depositing it in bits. That after 15 years, if you want to borrow 20 million francs, you won't be borrowing 20 million francs. It will be less, or you will even find yourself in a place where you don't need to borrow. because you have been saving. So picture 15 years, you start working and you're earning 100,000, your salary increases, you're at 800,000 and you're not saving anything. Lucy?
I think borrowing is a good thing.
Yes.
I must say.
Oh, but I see, but you can reduce the amount that you borrow, isn't it?
For sure you can.
Exactly.
But what I want to add to the notion of us, because many of us get comfortable with a salary, and I'm one of them.
Yeah.
And we are scared to go to the bank and ask for money. But your 9 to 5, which pays you the salary, is the basis on which you access more finance to create wealth after 5. Right?
That's
so
true.
we work from 9 to 5 and we have the weekends. So between 5 o'clock and the weekend,
Yes.
you can invest your salary to bring your return. And if it means you need to go to the loan, please to get a loan. Don't be afraid of loans. What you should be afraid of is being indisciplined to not pay back the loan. Huko navuze, the loan is savings zacu twese zigomba kubyara umuzi. Bank has promised us, is it 4%? I must say that I don't, if whatever percentage.
6%? Fine.
Whatever
The
percentage the bank has promised you on your savings account, they have to give it to you somehow, and that only happens through the loans.
Through the loans.
So use your salary as a base to get investment to invest in your future. So the salary is good,
Yes.
but use it to bring.
Don't spend all of it.
Don't spend it on useless things, right? And don't borrow for useless things.
Yes.
Borrow to create savings for the future through income-generating investments.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Lucy. I want to take this opportunity to invite the Acting Executive Director of CMA, Eric Bunungu, who will then take us through the next program, the next affairs of the program, which will include awarding and appreciating our judges. Welcome, Eric.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you so much for really leading us very well. Our guest of honor today, board members of the Capital Market Authority, board and management of the Rwanda Stock Exchange, our speaker, Lucy, rectors and principals of universities and higher learning institutions here present, students who have made this challenge a reality. Without you, we wouldn't be standing today. All protocols observed, good afternoon. I think mine will be very short, is just to really make a note of appreciation to different stakeholders that have helped us to make this journey a reality. So I want to, of course, thank God. We've come from a different, very difficult period of the pandemic. Now we are able to have a physical session, so we should be thankful to God. I want to thank students, because these are the people who have sat, have read, have prepared very hard from when we started the challenge, that was mid-March, up to today. Thank you for those who have done the essay writing. We'll recognize the best performers today. But I want to thank also the people who have gone the live quiz category. Did you like it, by the way, or it was boring? So I really want to thank students. Without you, we wouldn't be having this challenge. I want to thank the administration of the universities and higher learning institutions. As I think my previous colleague Magnifique mentioned, we did this challenge across the country. And students, if they're not allowed, if they're not facilitated by the administration, then it's difficult to really find time or do this challenge, freely. So I want to thank rectors and principals here present and those who couldn't make it today. I want to thank you. I want to thank two key partners that have helped us to have this challenge. One is the ICPAR. ICPAR is the institute, or let me make a case. Who know ICPAR in full? Maybe I will add my awards. Can I get a lady? She was the first. It's not a buzzer, but she was the first. What's ICPAR in full? Maybe you need to be given a microphone, quickly. Or I'll just walk away and give you my microphone.
Thank you. ICPA stands for Institute of Satisfied Public Accountants in Rwanda. Rwanda.
Is it wrong or correct? I can hear some correct, wrong. What do we take? I can see another one, just quickly.
Institute of Certified Public Accountant Rwanda.
Correct. Yeah, she just forgot the of Rwanda, but it's correct. So without really further ado, I want to recognize now key stakeholders, and I will want to have them here. So I want to really call all the judges, the 4 judges we've had. You will see they made a really great job, and that did not go unnoticed. So I will want to call one by one. We have a certificate that we have planned for you. Yvette, are you around? Yes. I'll ask my colleague Yvette to provide the certificate we have planned for each judge. So we can start maybe with Marcella. Please, a round of applause to really Marcella and for the good job that they have helped us. Thank you very much. Next, I will ask the next judge to come forward for the recognition. Yeah, please. Actually, the judges, they are the ones that marked essay writing. They actually started the job way before. So all the essays that were marked by these 4 brilliant minds. So thank you very much for your service. Okay, I'll request the next judge to come forward as well. And the last judge, thank you very much. Just a word of appreciation of your service, your time, your efforts. These are actually professionals. They have daily jobs, the 9 to 5 p.m. jobs Lucy mentioned, but they went ahead really to invest extra hours to really make sure that essays are well marked and this composition is well handled. They are members of ICPAR, and I want also to recognize ICPAR here. We have a representative from ICPAR. Please come forward for the certificate we have provided or planned for you. Representative of ICPAR in the room? No one? Okay, maybe as the person is coming forward, let me recognize also. Oh, okay, I think he's going to take the recognition of ICPAR for their efforts to us. Finally, I want to thank the Rwanda Stock Exchange. The Rwanda Stock Exchange is a key partner of the Capital Market Authority, running this challenge and other public education activities. Celestine, please come forward for us to recognize the contribution of the Stock Exchange. Yeah, thank you very much, Rwanda Stock Exchange. Okay, so I think now allow me ladies and gentlemen, to invite our guest of honor who is going to provide the keynote address today, Mr. Eric Rwigamba. The floor is yours. Thank you.
Anyway, the board and management and the entire staff team of CMA, board and the leadership of Rwanda Stock Exchange, directors and heads of institutions of higher learning and universities, students that have worked very hard and today they have been contestants through the process. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Eric Rwigamba. As I said, I head the financial sector development at the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning. It is really a joy for me to be here this afternoon through the morning to witness the awarding and the closing of the 2020 Capital Market University Challenge. I think when I entered this room, I was like, wow, this is bigger than I thought. I thought we were going to have something pretty small. So it turned out to be that I was surprised. And I think that brings me to a point I want to make, that this 9th edition is happening because of the efforts that Capital Market Authority of Rwanda has been making continuously to ensure that this program runs and continue running across the country to help our young generation, equip them with the right skills and knowledge, train them at an early age not to be like a Lucy, to start saving and invest. Lucy is not alone. Most of us have been victims of not knowing. So you people, you are very lucky. I started working very early, very, very early. If I had started saving, I would be probably a different person. In primary 5, I was working. So let me surprise you. So P5, I was earning money, right? What I was doing is another story for another day, but I was working. For CMA to be giving you and so many others that are outside there across the country an opportunity to learn, to grow, to acquire knowledge, we must appreciate them. So join me to appreciate CMA management and the team for continuously doing this. I want also to thank the heads of these institutions, the higher learning institutions and the universities, for creating a window and make this program possible. We want to thank you so much for being part of this journey. We must be lucky that this is happening because we have a very visionary leadership of our country, and the ministries, Minister of Finance, the Central Bank, Rwanda Stock Exchange, and key other stakeholders that are working very hard to create the environment the environment that allows the growth, the deepening, widening, and the broadening of the financial sector. We are discussing the challenge today. We are seeing people participating and being able to be confident to come and expose your abilities in the challenge, because we have a very conducive environment. And the reason why the government is committed to do this is because of what Nshuti explained to us. So the government is saying we need to grow, social and economically develop the country. That to happen, we need a certain level of investment. The target we have today is 30% of GDP. That we need to develop, to invest more in our economy, in our market, to create more jobs, tax base, and so other things that Lucy talked about. But that to happen, we need a saving base. So the target we are running with today by 2024 is to have 20% of GDP, 20% savings as a percentage of GDP to be able to achieve the desired level of development. So that to happen, all of us here we need to partake into that program. All of us, we should be doing something. So what my friend Nshuti labored is to say, are you earning? Are you saving? So when you see the government setting up Agaciro, Agaciro is nothing rather than a sovereign fund, a vehicle that allows the government to save for a bad day, for a future generation. And every country is doing it. So saving is important for us as a nation, is important for an institution or an organization, as a stakeholder, as a household, but saving is important as an individual at any age. So I think I will not labor much about why we should save. Our speaker ably put it into our faces. Today, as we celebrate the winners, by the way, let me also challenge you a bit. I think you could do better. The problem I have, I never hide my emotions. I've tried to pretend I don't do it. The challenge today was not really a good challenge. So you like me or you don't like me, I will tell you. You need to do better. Step aside a bit of Instagram. Let be time for everything, right? You could have done better. And I'm going to look for the essays. Maybe the essays were better. But the answers lacked ibirungo. We can do better. So, Eric, I'm sorry. You know me. I never do what I... That's my nature, right? We could do better. And let me surprise you. That's not for CMA. It is for you. So, I felt like it could have been more exciting, more sharp answers, more correct answers, more challenging. It could... so, by the way, I serve as the vice chair of the CMA, so I've talked to the leadership. We need to change it. If it requires to do a bit of prior trainings, and let's do it. But we need to come to a challenge, and it's a challenge. You can't get it for 4 out of 10. No, that's not fair, right? Now, finally, we had some winners. And to the winners, I want to surprise you. We are all winners. If you participated, this challenge, it registered about 1,000 participants. Throughout the process, through March to date, we are all winners. And the reason we are all winners, before I come to the winners, the real winners, that are symbolic, I'm emphasizing it, the winners we are going to declare here, they are symbolic. It's because we all achieved the objective of acquiring the knowledge and the skills of investing and why we should invest. The reason why I'm saying that is because we are going to, today we are celebrating savings groups in various institutions that were established through this program or after this program. For me, those are the winners. Those for the last 8 challenges that emerged and went back and established savings groups and clubs, they are the winners. So if we leave this place and you go and remain the same, even if you have a certificate, then you're a loser. So allow me to use this opportunity to encourage everyone. Go and spread the good news. I've been in this space for so long. I've seen primary kids saving in clubs and individually. I've visited schools. Umwana akakubwira ngo I saved kagafaranga kirindazi and saved, now I have a bike. I no longer walk. Nkoresha igari ryanjye. You know, guys, you are picked and dropped. Some of you, you are picked from your bedroom, wake up, you go to school, you go have breakfast, dropped and picked. You don't understand. You don't understand the struggle. Abana ndimo kuvuga ba savinga who are winners of these programs. I saved when I went here 5 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 1 kilometer. Mfite gari ryanjye, mfite inkoko, mfite ihene, mfite ingurube zarabyaye zara amatungo yanjye. You know, you get what I'm saying? I've visited mothers. So it's going to move away from the usual. I have a speech, but I don't enjoy reading speeches when I have an opportunity to spread the gospel of saving to transform socially and economically communities. So we have savings groups across the country that we have partnered with different players, and they are creating impact. When you visit these groups, the first time I visited a group was in 2013. I cried. The example I wanted to give is not good for the young generation. You'll be demoralized a bit. Let me give others. Ariko yo ni umuntu bakuru ndayivuga. You meet these mothers saving under a tree that we've been saving. Naguye imirima yanjye, naguze imirima, mfite boutique, mfite amatungo. I transformed my wife. My life. Umugabo yarantaye ariko abana banye ndabarize kubera saving. Hari bindi that I say I've saved for a different setting. So saving is important. So if you want to be declared a winner today, for me, the certificates are symbolic. And the presents. The winner of this challenge 2022 is who's going to come next year and tell CMA, I want to share my testimony. Because I saved and I changed my life, and it is possible. So let me ask you and beg you, please go and spread the gospel. Go and start saving. Niba umwana wa somewhere in the rural area ashobora gusavinga and changes his transport mode, like from walking to a bicycle. Now for like a bicycle, what's the igari? Hey, igari is important for that kid. So if you can save for an iPhone, please save for a goat and give it to your auntie. Before you, when you go back after 2 years, there will be 5. I'm sure you all have smartphones. When I start saving, when you talk about saving, I don't stop. So I think lunch is cooling down. Let me try to get back to now the formalities of the guest of speaker. So be the ambassador. So the winners, the symbolic winners, congratulations. Congratulations. We are laughing. There's a guy, a gentleman, who was a hustler. Let me tell you, that attitude of winning with integrity, go forward. I think, stand up for recognition. I like it. No, number 2, this one, number 2, he fought. Now, no, this one. No. He knows himself. Congratulations. Even if you win or you don't win, I like the attitude. He had to make sure that even when he didn't know, he still sit down. But sit down. I'm joking about it, but for a young person, if you are not ambitious enough, the world is running. One of my friends at a different setting, yarambwiye ngo yisi navuga iyisi iyi ngwe kubagiza guteye ikinya ngwe yisi turimo ngwe kubagiza guteye ikinya navuga nawe na Kinyarwanda is above my comprehension, right? Ngwe guterida guteye ikinya. If you are not ambitious, this world is too fast. So for the young generation, because I'm not talking about Dr. Ndahira and Chantal, they have gone. If they didn't save, if Prof didn't save, it's too late. It's too late. Because saving has a component of time. Not amount, time. I wish I had time and speak to young people. Saving has a factor, vijana, time. You start early, invest even if in Gihumbi, you'll be surprised. So, for the organizers and stakeholders, ICPAL and Rwanda Stock Exchange and other friends, the judges, we want to thank you so much for supporting CMA. CMA couldn't have done this alone. Thank you so much. And finally, the team that is behind this. To see this beautiful thing, to see these people to be able to come here and fidget with the press, there's a harabahaguye, harabahashiriye. For the organizers of this Challenge Fund 2022, want to celebrate you. Want to thank you for making it very beautiful. It's beautiful. I wish it was my wedding. It is very beautiful. So well done. And I just want to once again thank everyone that was able to make this colorful. And for Jackie, thank you so much for hosting us beautifully. For those who came late, she was here earlier, fighting to make sure that the guys can follow the instructions. Thank you so much, Jackie, and the team behind the scene. Thank you so much. I wish you a weekend ahead that's beautiful. Enjoy your lunch. God bless you. Thank you for your attention.
A round of applause for our guest of honor, Eric Rugamba. Thank you so much for those wise words. You forgot something.
For the clubs, because that's the most important thing. For the saving clubs and the groups, if you need help, those, especially if you need help, please reach out to CMA. They know where I sit. We want to support them. As a ministry, not as Eric. As a Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning, we have programs that support savings clubs and savings programs and savings groups. We support them to grow. We support them to expand, because we know it is a seed that will never die. So reach out, even if there are 10, even if there are 20, we have abafatanyabikorwa, and we have programs that support them to grow and expand. If you think I'm joking, but it is the savings group iri kaminuza y'Ibutare, University of Rwanda, it will tell you how much it has impacted. So, but we have a program that supports them. So I forgot to mention that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. And Lucy made reference to it, the African proverb: if you want to move fast, go alone. You want to move far, find someone to move with. The Chibinas she talked about, you have identified a classmate or a friend, a family member that you can do something with. Start saving with them. And you heard from Eric, the ministry will help you see to it that that circle comes to life. Okay, so we have lunch. CMA has prepared an amazing meal for us. We will do that. But then I want us to get a little bit active before we get to the final part of the program, which is the awarding ceremony. The reason we're not letting you out to have lunch before we award is because we're just not sure how you will come back. You might come back and doze. You might actually even be too heavy to come back. So we will only have lunch after that. But before then, if you have a comment, you're seated in the audience, you're someone in the financial space and you want to talk about fintech, or you want to comment on what Lucy said, we've listened to Eric of CMA, Eric of Ministry of Finance, do you want to comment on it? It would be nice to have a member of the audience say something. Do we have somebody? Something you feel they should have? Oh, Sandra, okay. Sandra, any other person? You probably want to supplement on what has already been said by the many speakers that came forward. You want to share an experience, a lesson learned? Someone? Okay. Oh, there's a second hand up. All right, we'll start with Sandra, then I'll come there.
Thank you very much. It's more of a question, actually, to Lucy. I really thank you for the conversation you've given us about saving and digitizing our money. I would like to ask a question. There is this way: if anyone has an easy banking, any mobile banking app, you know that money is always like basically in your pocket. It's like you go to a shop, you can't afford something, but you know that you have the money on your phone and you can pay with that money. And most of the times it's really, really hard to, I don't know, keep your money on the phone. What can you advise, especially young people that are really into digital things? How can they keep their money digitized and saved? Thank you.
Financial discipline. I talked about, at least what helps me, is doing a list of what I want and what I need. What I need is what we define as the necessities of life. Lights must be on, water must flow, I must eat, my family needs to be well taken care of. At least those that are not able to earn, are underage. Those who are old enough, they don't call me. Unless they're investing in something meaningful. But please, it's difficult because you're choosing for it to be difficult. It is not, before you buy, maybe now the trick that you can use, what is going to be the return on this purchase, right? What am I going to benefit? I mean, time is the most valuable investment, and your money as well. So where you're investing your time and investing your money, what return are you getting, right? The return for my being here this morning is I get to impact at least even one life. But am I going to come, sorry, Radisson, and buy this bottle of water? I think it's what, 2,000? I don't even know what it is. When I know it costs 300 on the streets? No. I am going to carry my own water so that I don't need to spend money buying a bottle of water when I have water at home. So if I wasn't coming for this meeting, by carrying my own bottle of water, I'm not going to buy water in the hotel. And as I come to the hotel, I would have calculated that, okay, I've not gone out in 2 months. I deserve this treat. I'm not going to spend more than this amount. I will order only what I cannot make at my house. Right? Really, that's how I make my financial decisions. Before I go out, I calculate how much I'm going to spend. I make a decision that I'll not go over this amount. It is based on what I need and I want. Where else can I save? I no longer, now in my 40s, waste money. So you can do that now. It's not difficult. It's not that you can't do it, it's that you won't do it. And the only way that you can do it is if you decide, guhitamo, to make the money work. So make money work for you. Choose, think about what return you're getting on that purchase, on that investment. If it is zero or negative, because it can be negative, you would have wasted your money and your time to get food poisoning. Don't do it. Thank you.
Let me just add a voice on that. So that's one way. And it's good to hear from a mother, right? I'm married to one, right? So don't worry. For them, their instinct tells them spend. Now, if I start that debate, I will be beaten, so let me cancel that. So mothers are good savers, right? But I think to answer your question in a different way, set objectives. Set a target. Because the discipline comes with the opportunity cost, right? So for you, the return can vary, but I think what Lucy is saying, that I set the budget for today or for the other way of achieving that directly, set a target. That for me, I'm going to save for a piece of land. There are very few people in this country that has land, so I don't think that's a small target. Hey, you think everyone has land in this country? I wish you luck. So, set a target that for me, I'm going to save for X. Now, when you say X, that means X has a better return than Y, right? So, when you set a target, everything falls into it. The mother that I'm talking about, we aravuga njewe ngiye kugura itungo rigufi. Do you know how much they save? Some igiceri kijana per week. Some magana abiri, magana tano. But those people, they can do things that we don't have. Hey, we think everyone in this room has worth of ingurube eshanu? No. Let me tell you, to be serious, there's no student who is in University of Butare who cannot buy at least ingoko. But you think everyone has the ingoko in University of Rwanda? Zero. Take stock of that. So set a target. When you set a target, then your target wizirikane. You will hire your nego. Everything falls into it. Because, first of all, the moment you get money, you think about ingurube yawe. Whenever so it's important that we set a target. When you set a target, then you are sorted. The rest, because needs in life are competing. How many people are using iPhones in this room? iPhones? 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 Hey, you are hiding. Even the ones inside your hands. Okay, I not see. One of the danger of using iPhone. Okay, it's not a danger. One of the trick about iPhones, they issue versions and versions every year. And when using an iPhone as a phone, it somehow it is designed that you need. Now the latest version is bad enough, right? But there's another thing that about iPhone that I love. The computer, you never touch another type of computer. You use what? Mac what? So, set a target, then you'll be sorted. Lucy has stopped me to give that example.
Thank you for that, Eric. We have one more comment. Oh my goodness. So suddenly we've got more hands up. Okay, so that, hey. I have a question. But you people, when I asked for hands to go up, nobody did. I only had 2 hands. Suddenly we have 5. Okay, I'll give that gentleman, then and that will be it. You and the 2 of you. 5 and we are done. Okay, since you already have the mic.
Thank you. My name is Harrison from Kepler, and I'd like to share my lessons from this event. Firstly, I'd like to first thank CMA for this opportunity. I feel like many times as youth we don't get to learn what lies ahead of us, and through all these events is when we get to learn that, oh, investment is actually possible through stocks and everything. My lesson that I learned, especially from the winner, is that we can always make use of our second chances. I think you'll all agree with me that the winner for today was almost disqualified. But he was given a second chance and he seized it, and there he is. Congratulations. My question is to the CMA or the Rwanda Stock Exchange. Investing in stocks and bonds, it's not a straightforward path. You can either make losses or profits. It's not straightforward that you'll make profits. And also in line with digitalization and cryptocurrencies. We've heard of cryptocurrencies. People can invest in cryptocurrencies and either make profits. People can invest in stocks and either make profits. But I'm intrigued by cryptocurrencies and how feasible that market is in Rwanda, basically in the Rwanda context, and what are the risks and what are the things to look out for. Thank you.
Oh, great. Cool.
Thank you. I think investing is taking a risk. No kubyuka mu rugo mu gitondo ntabwo uzi kuri bugaruke. It's already another risk. So, icyo nashaka kuvuga ahangaha, investing is good. You can make money, you can lose money, but think long term. Akenshi ibyo dukunda kubona ni speculation tuboniye mu natangiye kuvuga stock markets. So then people think if I invest, shares zirazamuka, hanyuma nizimanuka ndaba naruzinze. You can only lose money if the shares you own, for example, of the company yapfuye yavuye mu muhanda, cyangwa ugurishije kuri make waraguriye kuri menshi. Ubwo niko bigenda. So akenshi nibyo bagenda bibeshya abantu, but what matters is the time you are looking at, it's the time horizon, bifata umwanya munini. Niba uguze imigabane ya banki ya Kigali, I would like to remind most of you are young here. Bank of Kigali, Bralirwa, those 2 companies posted positive results muri 1994 mwaka twagizemo genocide. N'amafaranga yabo barajyanye muri Kongo ya Beka. Ariko that year they did not post a negative result. They still made money kuko ya business yarahoze. So akenshi rero ni economic cycles abantu bavuga, hari igihe economy bagenze neza, uyu mwaka ni batanga dividend, ni bagire barya. Think about that in that way in a long term. Of course the risks are there, ntabwo twabihakana kuko hari igihe nk'ubu muri iyi minsi mwarabibonye hari inflation zarazamutse abantu baruzinga amafaranga wenda nibungo kuko bungukaga ubushize amaresitora ntarimo abantu covid yarateye abantu bamara igihe badakora ariko ubuzima burongera bukagaruka. So when you are thinking of that, think about the area, the investment you are going to gukora iyo ari yo yose. But the intriguing part on cryptocurrency nazo zirahari zaraje nibyo bigezweho muri iyi minsi nako biri mu bintu bya mbere bigezweho ariko nabyo biracyari muri speculation akenshi. So those are things to watch out for. It might be the future. Technology behind that bya cryptocurrency is a good one. Ariko icyo navuga twicaranye na Central Bank hano Madame Chantal hari icyo barimo babikoraho akenshi ariko mu kugeza uyu munsi mu Rwanda anyone who's doing it is doing it at their own risk. Murabyumva munabimenyereho uyu munsi niba murakurikira amakuru hari ku za cryptocurrency bitcoin n'izindi za BTC zose amakuru arimo gusohoka ntabwo ari meza muri uyu munsi muri amezi ngaha hashize ntabwo arimo birasa neza cyane ababizi. So it's happening but I mean some other time it goes up it goes down ariko ni area ikiri a bit tricky. Ntabwo na advising umuntu numwe hanga necessary ntabwo ndi equipped enough to advise you to go into cryptocurrency for example right now. Ubwo ni ikindi gihe wenda umuntu yabiganira yitonze but again get proper advice. Don't try to be your own advisor. Kuko hari abantu hangaha CMA turicaranye babigize umwuga babihemberwa bafite license who have license to do that to help you to advise you on how to invest. Your job is to make sure you save long term. Akantu ashaka kurangirizaho ntiwitinye. A lot of people think 100 francs no dufaranga duke ngo ziga mu busa nibyo nkunda kubyita mauvaise langue mu Kinyarwanda ngo uziga mu busa bukimara. Uwo mugani rwose tuzawuce mu mvugo yacu. So what you know what that means? It means that if you have 5,000 n'ubundi ntacyo tumaze, it's very small money, let me go and drink with my friends, but that 5k can buy nk'uko yavugaga Eric hano Rwigamba igira imwe ishobora kugura amajyanga ikagura bikagenda byunguka kurushaho. So ntiwitinye. Actually small 1 + 1 becomes a billion one day. It's a game of time. Please ndabasabye kuri Minerval mufata what pocket money you get, please nimuzitinye ngo muri abanyeshuri. You will save and it's better even to save together. So nicyo nagira ngo nongereho ngaha. Merci.
Thank you Celestine. Thank you so much. We have one quick question, one last comment, and then we go to the awarding ceremony. Please.
Me, I am Mokile Jean Damascene from Auka. I have 2 questions. Why people fear for saving in capital market? What more could we do to explain to the people this digital creature? Thank you.
Who do you want to answer that question for?
Lucy.
Okay.
Thank you for the question. I think why people are afraid of investing in the stock market is a lack maybe of awareness or education. And Capital Market University Challenge is one of the programs that we have put in place to address the problem. So it's not a responsibility only of the CMA. I think I mentioned some key stakeholders. We work together, the Rwanda Stock Exchange, and market intermediaries. So we are trying to diversify communication channels to really educate and people make aware about this. This is a journey that we have started. It may require some patience, but we are confident and we believe we'll reach there. And so far, by the way, we use different channels. We use online communication, that's on Twitter and social media. We have one-on-one formats. where we go into public and private institution to educate people about what is a share, how can I buy a share, how can I buy a bond. And we also use programs that are targeted to different segments of the population. Actually, the Capital Market University Challenge, it's a program that is tailored to target the youth. You know, I think Magnifique mentioned it earlier on. When we're educating the youth today, they're going to be investors of tomorrow. They're going to be professionals working, actually replacing all of us in the near future, in CMA, in the stock exchange or otherwise. But most importantly is, you know, the leadership of the country is encouraging youth for entrepreneurship. The stock market can also help you to raise funds for the business you're going to be setting up. So it's a good challenge you're giving us to increase public awareness and education. I just want to confirm we are aware about the need. But again, I think the guests of honor mentioned it, go and be our ambassador. So I want really to give a homework, each and everyone. In your academic circles at school, this is a representation of students around the country. When you go back to university, just don't show him the picture, your selfie you took, but also give some time to really explain. In your families, we have families, because I believe today, even if we did not talk about many products, you will go on the website of CMA, be curious, curiosity will help you, and other circles. So go and plant that seed. It's not a responsibility of one institution or one person. Please go and plant that seed. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Be the ambassador. So one last comment. Please make it brief.
Thank you very much. I'm Sylvester JJ from West Africa, specifically Liberia. And I would like to thank the organizer of this program. Actually, what I've observed here is like bringing young people together to share their perspectives as it relates to the capital market. But to conclude, I would like to build on the observation of the last keynote speakers that talked about this program was not as challenging as the way he expected it. That is, participants were weak in responding. But I would like to suggest that if the organizer may improve it another time by making it more competitive by debates, if so, then that would be good. Once again, thank you for this organizing.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much. A round of applause for all those that had questions and comments. For the next stage, next part of the program, I would love to invite on stage Jerome from Capital Market Authority. Jerome Ndayabaje, who's going to help us steer the next part of the program, which is the awarding part. Please, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Jerome.
Good afternoon. So thank you so much. This is the last part of our event here. We are going to be announcing the winners of the challenge. But before, I want to first speak about the prize that you are going to receive. So we have 30 students that are winners across the country from 5 provinces. 4 provinces and the city of Kigali. So we have 3 winners in quiz category and 3 winners in essay category. These are 6 winners from each province. So the winners at the provincial level, they have their awards. And we do this and we award them in form of shares of securities actually. So we don't give them cash, we don't give them money, we just give them the products that are on our market. And here we mean the bonds and shares. And why not even the products on the CIS, the units at our collective investment schemes. So the value for the first winner at the provincial level is 400,000 Rwandan francs. The second winner is 300, and the third is 200. The next step after we are leaving here, we are going to guide the winners on how they can reach our market intermediaries so that they can know that they can open an account in CSD, they can create an account in our collective investment schemes. It's also education. They need to know that the investment accounts. So that need to be clear. We are going to assist them how they reach market intermediaries so that they can create the accounts. They get their shares, either shares or bonds or units. So that is number one. Number two are those who have now won at the national level. Again, there are three. For quiz category, there are three. At the national level, you have seen them here. We are going to announce them shortly. And also for the essay, the way we did for essay, guided by our judges, they took the three top performers across. So we have first the winners at the provincial level, those are there. And then among the winners of those provinces, we take the best three. So those are the winners at the national level. I think it is clear, especially for the contestants, that's how it is. So those winners at national level, we shall be adding more rewards. The first winner at the national level is going to be getting 300 extra, which will equal to 700,000 Rwandan francs. That is the first winner at the national level, both quiz and essay category. So 300 because he managed to win on the national levels, plus the other 400 equals to 700. Now the second winner, both for quiz and essay at the national level, is we are going to add 200 Rwandan francs, 200,000 Rwandan francs, again in form of shares or bonds or units. And the third, we are going to add him or her 100,000 Rwandan francs, again in form of shares, bonds or units. I hope it is clear. Are you happy with that? Yeah, thank you. So we are going to start by the winners in the quiz category. I'm sure they are so much curious to know who is the first, who is the second, and who is the third. I'm going to start by the third. The third winner in the quiz category is Egide Tumukunde. So, Egide Tumukunde, just wait. Egide Tumukunde is coming from the Western Province, IPRC Karongi. Is going to be awarded by our speaker of today, Lucy Mbabazi. So you can come forward and you assist to give the award to our third winner on quiz category. Congratulations. Thank you. So the second winner in the quiz category is going to be awarded by the Acting Executive Director of the Capital Market Authority, and he's called Iverson Micho Sabagasani from Kigali, University of Ray Adventists of Kigali in Iraq. Congratulations. Thank you. And the first winner at the national level in the quiz category is going to be awarded by Eric Rwigamba, the Vice Chair of the Board of the Capital Market Authority. And the winner is called Faustine Habimana from Eastern Province College, University of Rwanda College of Education. Faustine Habimana. Thank you. Now the part of awarding on a quiz category is over. We are going now to the last part of awarding the winners in the essay category, and we are going to start by the third. Is going to be awarded by Celestine Wabukumba from the CEO of the Rwanda Stock Exchange. And the name of the winner is Daniel Ngenedata from Southern Province, University of Rwanda College of Business and Economics. Congratulations and thank you so much. So the second winner on essay category is going to be awarded by the technical advisor at the Capital Market Authority, Dr. James Ndairo. And the winner is Samuel Tuisenje from Southern Province, from the Institute of Legal Practice and Development, IRPD. Samuel Tuisenje, congratulations. A member of our board of Capital Market Authority and Executive Director in the Central Bank. The winner is Pascal Niyo Muremyi from the city of Kigali. He's coming from Davis College of Akira campus. He's in business management and entrepreneurship. Congratulations. Sorry. Yeah, thank you so much. So this is the end. I think Lucy, you can come and take over. Thank you so much.
Lucy, you can take over. Yes, you. No, he's kidding. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you very, very much. Now, that was an amazing session. I would love to call forward all the winners for a group photo. Jerome, if you can remain here. Although that I'll need the logistics guys to help me get rid of this. And then we take a group photo. We will start with the winners and the officials. And then we'll have a group photo of other groups. So maybe or just 3 or 4 photos and we can go for lunch. If I can have someone just help me here to remove this podium so we can use the stage for group photos. Or we do lower? Oh, perfect. Oh, great. So the winners, please, kindly. We're going for lunch, so it will help if you can get picked. And then I invite Celestine, I invite Eric, Chantal. Please. Chantal, those things do happen. They happen to all of us. So we will not get on the stage. We will be on the lower level. Please, our winners, if you can hurry up, we will appreciate that. So the winners come and you will go upstage, and then our main guests will be on the lower stage. You guys will come on. All the winners, the quiz and the essay competition for a group photo. Jerome, please. And the judges as well. If you can, yeah, kindly, the judges as well. Ourselves nicely. We shouldn't block each other, eh? Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for that. Now, if you'll need individual pictures, you can talk to the camera people if you want to take us university, one particular university. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our program this afternoon, or rather, well, the whole day, starting in the morning and ending now. But we're not leaving. Lunch is set. So I'm inviting you all. You will be guided on the order. You'll just wait at your table. That's going to be communicated shortly. But please don't leave before you've had something to eat. CMA has organized a prepared lunch for us, so we should not leave that food for them. Thank you so much for having sat all through the event. My name is Jackie, and I've had a lot of pleasure having this opportunity to host the event. Thank you so much for the glitches that happened. Why these things do happen. We do hope you will continue this conversation going online. The hashtag is UniChallengeRW. UniChallengeRW. If you're on social media, leave us a comment or a question. We will respond to it. The students that have a question for Eric, Chantal, other Eric, as we go out for lunch, please find them. And as I said, network. Don't come into this room and go back the same way you came in. Thank you so much. Enjoy your lunch and God bless you. So for the lunch, there's a restaurant within Radisson called Ladder. That is where we're going to have our lunch. So lunch will be served there. It's upstairs. Okay, so it's upstairs. Please go there. It's called Ladder. You have a coupon, a lunch coupon. Go with it. That's where the lunch is going to be served. All right. God bless you. Enjoy your lunch. Oh, it's not upstairs. Oh, it's not upstairs. Please, then. It's the restaurant in the hotel. That's it, the restaurant. There are several restaurants in this place, so that's the restaurant in the hotel. All right, thank you. So now you can please go out. Let us find our way to the restaurant. It's called Lada Restaurant, the only restaurant within the hotel. Enjoy your lunch.